Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I last minute sort of kind of have decided to participate in Meg Journal's Junk Journal January. I was not going to because I just got off of December's Defemberember and I'm a busy gal. But I kind of want to do it. I just feel like it will be good, and it's honestly very open-ended. Ignore all this gilding wax on my hand. I've been working today. So yeah, it's very open-ended. So I thought it doesn't really tax me to go ahead and just work on things because I'll be able to use the prompts while I'm doing my regular work. So I thought this will be really nice. So day one of Junk Journal January is a little bit about something I've been wanting to talk about anyways, which is resolutions. So today I'm not particularly going to be creating something to do with resolutions in a journal. I just want to talk about it in relation to my channel while I work on a journal that I'm working on for a friend. So I don't really make resolutions in my life a whole lot. Like I don't do that, you know, oh, it's January, let's go on a diet and let's, you know, I don't know. I don't do any of that stuff because I feel like it's really easy to kind of overshoot these things and then make yourself feel bad. And like, it's a little bit devoid of reality in my opinion. I don't think that you can change your life in ways that are you know, completely the opposite of what you've been doing. So I'm not going to do that kind of thing. I've never really been a resolution kind of person, but I do have some goals and they're sort of resolutions for my life and my channel. So my life kind of resolution is going to just be a little bit about balance. Specifically, I need to make a little bit more time for my own health and fitness. I really have some goals that I want to achieve this year with that. Now that I'm done having babies, I get to sort of take my body back a bit and do more me kind of stuff that I've always done. I'm still a very active person, but I just want to kick it up a notch. And mainly to deal with just flexibility and overall wellness. And there's a dietary component, but it's not anything different than what I've already done. I'm not really making a lot of changes there. But it's more of just an overall lifestyle kind of thing about balance. So the one thing I do want to try that I wanted to do last year, but I didn't get around to it, is I want to try yoga with Adrienne. It's a channel here on YouTube, and she has a really nice kind of like every year she starts this concept of like, this is day one. So I think for the fitness people out there, or the people who are looking for that like reset, that life change, you know, kind of thing, it works for them. But it also works for people who just, you know, they want to just ease into something, not necessarily, you know, call it a life change or call it a resolution. It's sort of flexible. So it's like today's day 0 of that and tomorrow's day 1, and it's for beginners. It's a gentle introduction to yoga, and I have not done yoga since, oh my goodness, a long time, but I've wanted to, and it's mainly just about the flexibility of my back. When I had my first pregnancy, I had to go on bed rest, which was no fun. It was horrible. And I had to do it for 5 months. It was really annoying. And it was for a condition that essentially for some women it's completely normal, but for other women it can be dangerous. It can lead to premature birth, basically. So because I'd never had a baby before, they didn't know if it was normal for me or not, and as it turns out it was normal. So all of that was kind of unnecessary, but we played it on the safe side and we have a healthy girl as a result. So that being said, that's one thing I want to do this year. I just want to like do it for myself. I'm doing a lot of swimming with my kids, so I do a lot of hiking, so I'm sort of like already quite active. I'm not too, you know, beating myself up or anything. for my channel, what I want to do, I would say is a little more of the same and a little bit more. And also there's a bit of a mindset with all this as well. So I basically just want to like have fun and do the things that I want to do. I want to take part in collaborations, but not so much so that I find that they bog me down, they feel like work, or they make me feel like I'm chasing some kind of like a popularity type thing. I still want to just be my own sort of channel. I'm not looking to make a living off of YouTube or anything. I do appreciate the, you know, the little bit that comes out of YouTube, and what I mostly appreciate is just the community, the comments, the, you know, chatting back and forth with you when you leave me a nice comment. I love to, you know, to respond to you and to talk to you, and also just to know that people follow my art is really fun. And yeah, that's the major reason. But yeah, the truth being that, you know, it's not possible, in my opinion, to really like live off of YouTube at my age and my my genre here. It's and also the geography that I live in one of the most expensive cities ever, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I'll be making like my decisions on what I do kind of, you know, with what I want to do. And I'm not going to feel bad if I like stop doing things that I start. So what I'm planning to continue on this channel is I'm going to continue doing Tuesday 10, because I know that's a series that you really respond well to, that you like, and that it's fun to just kind of see me make stuff, you know, randomly. So I'm going to continue that. I know it's not been here for a little bit, but it's coming right back, I promise. And then I will be doing Thrifty Thursday when I have thrifts, but I'm trying to not accumulate a ton more stuff. I just want to use things up for a bit. So I'm going to do that. So those will be like, the other thing I'm going to do Thursdays, if I can, is Thrifted Thursday. I'm just calling it Thrifted Thursday. It means the things that I'm using today are thrifted things, and they may be part of a current project, or they may just be random ephemera that I'm making. So yeah, that being said, that will be like what I do when I don't have things to share that are thrifted. The other thing that I want to do is more tutorials, and more discussion of like using things up, being eco-friendly, and I want to continue my series Use Your Books, meaning how to use up all those books that we accumulate, to take inspiration from them and to actually physically use them up. I have a series coming up that will be part of Use Your Books. It's going to be I think a 4 to 5 video series on one particular project that is part of my Use Your Books series. I'm going to try to do more journal making videos. I want to use more of my own art in my journals and in my work. Recently I've just really enjoyed, like I did the Tree People journal, the Moth Keeper journal, you know, like these are the concepts that are in my brain that I feel like I just want to materialize into work. I want to throw myself a little more into my Patreon as well. I'm really enjoying having a Patreon, having this nice little community of folks that support my work, and I want to continue making fun digitals for them. I want to continue my monthly Journal Together Club. I'm going to continue making things like paper dolls and snippet pages and things like that. If you followed my Journal Together Club, I can actually show you January, because it is now January. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. I should have prepped, but I didn't. So January of my Journal Together Club on Patreon. I do these clubs the first of every month. So this is January. So this first page is just a snippet page that I really enjoy making these. These are so fun for collage. I think my favorite piece on here, there's two maybe, well maybe three. Number one is the toad, because I'm a distinct lover of toads. The other are these vintage spectacles, because my my logo for Studioloo, it has changed a few times over the years, but I used to always do the OO in the Loo with these with spectacles, because I wear glasses and I try to keep them interesting. These are my very dirty glasses that I'm wearing today, but I have many different strange glasses. That it's kind of one of those things about me. And then I like this little saying, we'll weather the weather, whatever the weather. So that's the first page. Then these images are, these are vintage images that I got at an antique store a very long time ago, that I think were like, I antiqued them when I was a kid, like with my grandmother. They're very old and they've been in a folder for a long time, and I just recently did a studio like rework and I found them, so I wanted to scan them and share them because they're so beautiful. These are a couple of vintage photographs from the Coley family of Waterloo, Ontario. This is a lovely elk here. This is a bit of a bee girl. My daughter, she reminds me of, her middle name is Bee, and so we're a very bee-loving family. These are both vintage photos from Guelph, Ontario. Then some concept art that I did here with eyes. These are both vintage photographs from the Guelph, Ontario area. This is a black wolf and a white wolf together. This is a piece of concept art that's based on a photograph of my friend Kat. This is a cat. My friend Judy has two of these Cornish Rex cats, and I've been sort of studying them for a while and did a few things for her over the holidays, and so I wanted to include this. This is one of two of these light up deer in the forest. This is a photograph of 3 silos from, I believe it's Prinzen Farms in my my hometown. I took that photograph a long time ago, actually, I think in high school. Another lit up fawn, a little thistle fairy, this watercolor of this lovely pigeon, and a magpie collage with coins and such, because, you know, magpies collect coins and all sorts of shiny things. This little cat cottage concept piece. This is another concept art piece, a little watercolor of a gourd and a paper doll. A William Morris feeling background, and this kind of tree girl. We have a cabin here in these pink wispy willows and a little bird here. This is a scan of a really beautiful cross stitch. 4 watercolors, 3 of little squirrels, and 1 of this little woodchuck. Some ethereal mushroom art, because I can't stop making mushroom art. More ethereal art, kind of a little storyteller page of like a forest that kind of looks like a skull and a tree. This girl here in the woods, another tree, and then we have another little Vulpix style cat in the woods. These are 2 floral, like botanical timetable pieces. I want to do something fun with those and try to use a round element maybe. And we have 4 snow queens here, a little sock monkey paper doll that I made for actually one day of Defemorember, when I was the day that we dealt with monkeys. I made a couple of sock monkey pieces and then a couple of watercolor splashes. So that's sort of typical, about 12 to 15 pages usually in my Journal Together kit that I release monthly. You can find my Patreon link down below if you're interested in that kind of thing. My top 2 tiers of my Patreon have access to all of my digitals, everything I put on Etsy, everything all the time. That collection goes to all my Patreons once a month, and I do throw bonuses in to all Patreons. I just completed 12 days of art, digital concept art that I released some, let me see if I can grab them from way back here, some paper dolls that I can show you a few of them. So these went to my Patreon folks. Sorry, it's a little hard to grab them out of this basket at the back of my table, but here's a few of them. I think there were about 4 pages of these paper dolls, and you can obviously print them all different sizes. I just printed them large for a few projects that I'm working on. So yeah, that's my resolution. Another sort of resolution, if you would call it that, is just work more with my own concepts, more with my own art. I think it also ties in a little bit to like, you know, just getting only what you need, not so much taking everything you can find, thrifting constantly, that sort of thing. So I'm, you know, just balancing. All things will come together. Yeah, that's, I think, what I'm going to be doing this year. I have a lot of like different kinds of plans. I'd like to bring some of my fiber art into this. I definitely want to spin more yarn this year if I can. Yeah, I just want to do lots of creative stuff. So that's it for me for today on day 1. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, thanks for coming along. I would love it if you subscribed. Leave me a little comment to say hi. I would love to say hi back to you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.